Hey, it's Chris Lewit, top American junior coach and coach to many #1 juniors in the United States. I wanted to share with you my tennis incubator concept. It's a new project that I have where I'm here in Manchester, Vermont. It's a beautiful town in the mountains, a ski town. Awesome place to live and to train, by the way. And what I'm doing is for the first time this year is I have players who are living here at the CLTA, at my club, in town here, and they're training with me full time. And the idea is to provide an incubator, like a tech incubator, where we support young players and with their families. We try to create an environment that is nurturing, tough, demanding, but kind and supportive, like an incubator. We're trying to create an environment here where young kids, especially kids under 10 and under 12, can train in an academy-like setting, but with private lessons. So they get private lessons or semi-private lessons every day with me, and I guide all of their development. And it's a very sheltered place. The kids can live here in a very safe bubble with no distractions, and they can focus on becoming world-class players. And it's, I think, one of the only academies like that in the world, to be honest, where the entire club, the entire infrastructure here, and all of my energies are focused on developing young players to be champions, building the world-class tennis foundation. Whereas most academies in the world, by and large, are focused on older players. They take players who are 12, 13, 14, and they mold them into touring pros. And my passion and my first love, I work with all ages and I work with adults too, and serious adults and all sorts of different ages of kids, but the most experience that I have and my true passion is with the young ones, building this elite world-class foundation for young kids. I just lucked out, and I had a lot of experience when I was a young coach working with prodigies, and so that's what I'm doing here. I can only take a handful of kids. I'm going to take you around the club and show you a few examples. This is a new project that we just started in the last year or two, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's a very unique concept, this idea of providing an incubator for young tennis prodigies, essentially. So come on with me. So the tennis incubator idea started, basically the first two kids were these two here. I don't know if you can get a shot close up, but this is Vlada and Sophia. Sophia's actually still here living with me. It's been almost 3 years. And Vlada came for 2 years from Ukraine. There was the war in Ukraine, and her family reached out to me. I picked her up at the bus stations. They got on a plane. They escaped Ukraine through Poland. I picked them up at the bus station, and they came here they were here 2 years training. And Vlada is not here anymore. She's with Rick Macy down in Florida, and she just won. She's winning everything, so she's doing great. And Sophia is here with me now, and we have another girl here with me as well. But basically, the whole project kind of got started with Vlada and then Sophia, and there was a point in which they were both training here together, and it was pretty exciting to have those two amazing young players side by side. I'm super excited. I think that these two young players, where everything started here, they're both going to be great pros. They have the pro potential, and they can be a tremendous stars. I don't like to make predictions that someone's going to be #1, or it's hard to predict that at a young age, but I think they have excellent potential. And I have some other kids here in the pipeline as well, so that's very exciting. And you can be next. I'm looking for young players you don't have to be a top player. I like to build players. So all you have to be is young, hungry, dedicated, serious, and you have to have a really big dream. This program is mainly for kids who want to go pro. In the last year or two, I've had some really good players living here, either short term, so for several months at a time, or longer term where you actually live here on site. Here's a good example of these superstars here. And I have a whole wall here of players who have come in and out for training, either privately with me or in our different camp programs. So there's a number of ways to train with me. If you come walk down the wall here, you can see some of the players that we have. And this wall is growing. I've worked with a lot more top national players than this, but a lot of these kids were top in the country, top ranked players. You can go through the names here a little bit. So all these kids I work with either privately or in our camps here. And so if you can't be a full-time play with me. If you can't, if you're not able, and if you're not young and you don't fit into sort of the incubator project, the incubator concept, like the daily privates, you can come for a week or a month or for the summer or different blocks of training. If you're homeschooled, you can come and train with me for weeks at a time, and you can live here shorter term and still get access to, you know, my coaching. But you don't have to live here year round. For the kids who want to do the incubator project, they want to train with me full time, 6 days a week basically. That is open to only a small group of players. But all of these players have worked with me, a lot of them for a long time, and they come in and out depending on their tournament schedule, depending on their travel schedule, or you know, what they're doing, where they live, and how far away they are. So there's options basically for any serious players. And I also work with players who are younger. Like, a lot of parents will bring their young kids to me who have no ranking, no tournament experience, but they have their parents feel, or the kids have a desire to be an elite player, to be a world-class player. And I'll take all of them. I'll take any young kid who's motivated and coachable, and I'll build the world-class foundation so they can become the best player they can be. And I'm really proud of that. I don't just try to like grab older players who already have a top ranking and then train them and say, oh, I coached this player, they were top this player. A lot of the kids that I train, not all of them, but a lot of them I built from scratch, like from the beginning. They never played a tournament before in their life. They didn't know how to hit a backhand. I taught them everything: movement, forehand, backhand, serve, and they later became, you know, top national players. But they were nothing. They were just pure beginners at the onset, and so I'm quite proud of that track record. Okay, hope you enjoyed a quick tour of the CLTA and hearing some of my thoughts and some of the projects that I'm doing. I'll see you guys soon. Come train with me.